Hello, my fellow healers. My name is Adina, and I'm that healing girl. And in this pick a card reading, we're going to be discussing the energies that are going to be coming through in Leo season. Now, Leo season starts on July 22nd and ends on August 22nd. So it's actually going to be smack dab in the middle of Mercury retrograde. I actually said this in the Mercury retrograde reading. But so the things that might be affected in Mercury retrograde, of course, are because Leo's all about self-love, passions, and it's also about like boundaries and sort of standing up for what it means to be truly who you are. And so things like image and self-love and things like that might be particularly featured during this Mercury retrograde, and some people's image might even take a little bit of a dent during Mercury retrograde, particularly if we're like starting new things. So anybody who knows me knows that I never start anything new on Mercury retrograde if I can help it. I'm not paranoid about it. If I have to, I try and just dot all my I's, cross all my T's as much as possible. But if I don't need to, I don't start anything new on retrograde trips or anything, or like new jobs. I even like one time held off on a job, accepting a job offer, and waited until retro was over, which I'm so glad I did because so many things happened to delay it from coming into existence before it actually did become a thing. Anyway, I digress. So we are doing the Leo season reading from July 22nd to August 22nd. And right over here, we have Citrine. Like Leo is ruled by the sun, so I decided to bring some nice solar energy crystals into the mix. So over here, we have this raw citrine piece, this smaller sort of triangle piece. Over here, we have Carnelian. And then over here, we have another large hunk of citrine as well. And so without further ado, this is pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Okay, so let's get into it. Okay, pile number 1. This lovely citrine sort of almost triangle here. Yeah, lots of solar energy vibes coming strongly through in this reading. So let's see first what your tarot has. And I'm using a new tarot deck that I got recently. It's called the Luna Soul Tarot. And I'll be listing this in the information in YouTube. Again, just like with the Mercury retro reading, I'm normally somewhat tongue-tied, but I feel it coming on even stronger in Mercury retro grade period energy that's coming through. So we have the Queen of Swords, lots of swords energy. Wow, the King of Swords. Somebody is creating boundaries. The Lovers. This is in a relationship. The Hierophant. Somebody is challenging tradition in this relationship. I feel like it definitely advises a romantic relationship. And I feel like this is because tradition, the Hierophant comes up as a strong tradition card. This person might be giving you an ultimatum, or it might be you giving the other person an ultimatum that kind of like put up or shut up energy in the way that you want a traditional bond of marriage, and or if it's not marriage, a strong commitment. And maybe this person does not want that. They want to sort of play the field a lot, or maybe keep things loose and not defined. And I represent all kinds of relations here. So this is not representing somebody who's like poly and has a different type of a relationship, organization, or orientation necessarily. because in those unions there's commitment and there's agreements and there's things that are structured, and this is a different energy. Not that it's bad or anything, it's just that you two might want different things, and that might come up during this Leo season for pile number 1. Either you or somebody else wants a more traditional partnering with this person, either marriage or commitment. Again, if it's like in a poly or non-traditional relationship, maybe they want to be a primary, or they want to have a more prominent place in this person's life, and they're saying they're either not ready for it or they don't want it at all. And you're going to have to use your discernment, no matter what side you're on, pile number 1, as to whether this is going to work for your life moving forward. And yeah, the Queen of Swords energy in particular. The Queen of Swords knows what she wants. And I say she just because it's a feminine energy, but this could be any gender orientation. But the Queen of Swords, they know what they want. They don't have any illusions as to who they are. And because this is Leo season, it's coming in strong. And this Queen of Swords energy, they're very, very smart. This might be you or the other person. You have this very brilliant, sharp mind, and yeah, you're very smart. You might be like a professional writer, lawyer, or a person that's in communications manager, logistics, something like that. And a lot of times with the Queen of Swords energy, it means a separation. So this could also be a breaking point for you. If this is a person, maybe I feel like I'm getting vibes that maybe you've lived together for a long time, and you want your relationship to reach a certain milestone, and the other person doesn't necessarily want that. So again, it could be in reverse, but I feel like if you're looking at this, it's you that wants the relationship to sort of go to another level of commitment, whether that be marriage, whether that be moving in, or that just be announcing to the world that you guys are a couple of some orientation. Again, like I said, there's a million different orientations. There's open relationships, there's consensual non-monogamy, there's a million different permutations of relationships, and whatever relationship permutation or type you're in, you want to move to a higher level of commitment, whether that is more traditional, whether that is marriage, moving in, becoming the main partner for this person, if it's an open relationship and you want to be their primary interest. Yeah. I'm definitely getting this vibes. And with this King of Swords, this is when, like, this energy could be, you could make or break. This energy could make or break the relationship. With this King of Swords, you're asking to become, the energy of this card is asking you to become a master communicator. And to really tap into that. And during Mercury retro, again, like I said, I'm never a fan of like making any huge decisions about relationships or anything, but sometimes this Mercury retro is also a leveler out in that it pushes things out of your life that are no longer needed. So you might feel an overwhelming urge to speak on these issues during retrograde, and it might end in you deciding to both go your separate ways. I always recommend with Mercury retrograde energy to at least hold off, on major decisions, but you can talk, you can discourse, you can open up sort of communication around this and be like, hey, these are the needs that I'm wanting and feeling like I need, and I'm necessarily feeling like those needs are being met. And then again, take your time to review it, and if things haven't changed after Mercury retrograde or its shadow period, which ends on September 11th, this gives you some time to think things through, basically. Then you can make a more definite decision that you will be less likely to regret. A lot of decisions made during Mercury retrograde sometimes feel like you want to take the decision back, or you spoke too harshly. Just think before you leave. Again, it's not a hard and fast rule. Do what your soul calls you to do, but yes, look at this. So gateway. And look at that sun coming through. Strong solar energy. And again, there's another, the unicorn horn is very sword-like. Breaking free. You're breaking free. Pile number 1. Oh, the things that almost broke me were the things that most awoke me. Whoa. This card is a newer deck as well. You might think that this relationship, if it ends, will sort of feel like you're ending. But sometimes things can awaken you. What can I do to make a difference? I think this card is asking you, what could you do to put your life more in line with what you want? And is there some kind of compromise? Let's see, what keeps you up at night? What makes you cringe when you think about it? Such that every ounce of you screams no more. Where can you create purpose out of your pain? Make a difference in someone's life today, big or small, because all of it makes a difference. Wow. Honestly, with the way some of these cards are, it feels like it might be hard for this person to give you the level of commitment you want. And the difference that you may be able to make might be within your own life and existence, and with taking care of yourself. Leo's all about the self. Not in a selfish way, but in a way where you love yourself, right? In its most positive connotation. Oh my gosh. Can't even make this up. Love yourself, pile number 1. Choose self-love. Rose quartz. I cannot wait to read these cards. So with there's a couple of ones that we have with the Sacred Destiny Oracle, this gateway right here. Let's see what comes up through that card. Gonna find a gateway. Let's see. Enchanted Valley 35, page 35. There are places on the planet where the veil between the physical realms and mystical dimensions is especially thin. These places are called portals, vortices, or spirit gateways in mythology. They are revered places where things are beyond ordinary reality can occur. Mystics, visionaries, shamans can traverse this realm and the next through these places. Wow. The sacred landscape wants you to know magic is afoot. Wondrous events are unfolding. Profound revelations and inner illuminations are close at hand. It is much easier to manifest your dreams. This is an excellent time to take action on your visions for the future. A small amount of action now will generate bigger results. Wow. I think this gateway card is definitely you realizing your full potential. And in Leo season, you're going to see that. Especially with this card, the things that almost broke me awoke me. If this relationship does end, and it sounds like it's headed in that direction, you might have your heart broken. But that's going to be the thing that starts a catalyst for you, pile number 1. A catalyst towards change and healing. You aren't going to let any other situation define you. You're going to go fearlessly after what you want. Let's see what this one reads. And this is a brand new Oracle card deck that I got called Magical Spirit. And I decided it was very appropriate for Leo season, because Leo season is all about the self, and this deck is about the things you can do to improve yourself for the better. Let's see, where one is this one at? Let's see, awakened. That's 60. Sometimes it takes me a while to find these pages, especially with the new decks, because I'm not as familiar with them. I honor all of me, my past, present, and future selves. Resilience, nirvana, self-appreciation, future. Wow. This is a card. This card can mean it's time for you to have a powerful moment of self-realization about the life you're leading, as if you've already lived it, as if your future self is talking to you. This card can mean that you have been critical, and that's self-critical, and that's okay. You're on the right track, even if it's not going as planned. Wow. Ask yourself, pile number 1, with this relationship, if your future self comes back to you and gives you a reckoning of your life moments within this relationship on the path that it is now, and you don't follow your heart and ask for what it is you really want, more commitment, more love, where will you be in a few years? Just sit with that question for yourself. Yeah. There is no wrong answer. There's only exploration and self-discovery. And the rose quartz card is, you might need some rose quartz healing after all of this is done with pile number 1. Yeah. It says we pray for love to heal and guide us, in this prayer at the bottom, to illuminate our hearts and minds so that we make all come to see and feel the sacred flame of light that we hold within. For then we shall truly know beyond all doubt that the only love is real, only love is eternal. Blessings, you are bathed in love and light and healing energy by the universe and by those who dearly love and treasure you. There are people in your life that love you. Your spirits and guides love you, pile number 1. And this relationship is only a part of that. If you are not getting what you need, it is time for you to love yourself, pile number 1. Put yourself first. If you're not getting what you need, you're going to have to make a choice with this Lover's card about whether to stay or leave in this relationship. But a part of me is telling me that your heart knows that if they aren't going to give you the kind of love you feel you deserve, you are going to move on. You're going to go through the gateway. You're going to awaken. And you're going to honor yourself and love yourself, pile number 1. And that is all that I have for you today. It's actually quite a beautiful reading, pile number 1, even if somewhat bittersweet and sad as well. All right, pile number 1, I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Okay, pile number 2. Let's see what your reading has in store for you today in this Leo season. So let's look at your tarot first. King of Wands. Queen of Wands. Wow, this is like a theme. The last card had King and Queens as well. Two of Cups. Partnership. Ace of Cups. Wow. I'm already getting vibes. Amazing idea is coming to you. This is probably a creative idea, pile number 2. And you're being asked to partner with somebody on this creative idea. It might even be like a humanitarian effort. Yeah. And with this moon and sun, I think that this, if you not already have this idea, it'll come to you, and people that you're going to collaborate with will come to you with the sun, solar, and Leo season, and with this moon energy around the full moon in Capricorn. Like just between, because Leo season starts on the 22nd and the full moon hits on the 21st. Look at this card. And you can kind of see the energy of that, the duality of that energy, of bringing in this powerful self of who you are, of Leo, and bringing a very emotional vulnerability to it. And also with Capricorn, grounding that idea into something practical, into something doable, into something achievable. Pile number 2. And yeah, with this Queen and King of Wands energy, this is going to be a happy pairing. So I'm getting that it's a partnership between people with two different energies. One has a very feminine energy, a very yin energy, and another has very yang, action-oriented energy. In other words, one is the ideas and the creativity. Yeah. And even the what would you call it? The social connections for this. And the other person has the powerful action-oriented yang energy that has like the concrete ideas and the concrete ways and how to ground the goals and to bring them into fruition and realization. Yeah. Yeah, and this person also, one has the money and one has the connections and the networking. Yeah, and these are both cards. This card heralds, this reading heralds like very bright energy. So if you have something that you're working on, lean into this partnership energy. You guys are like yin and yang. You're like peanut butter and jelly. This idea will absolutely come to fruition if you keep at it. And I think that, yeah, I think that's definitely an idea that's humanitarian in nature. But because it's Leo season, you're going to need to schmooze, you're going to need to raise the money, you know, you're going to need to do all of those very Leo things to get it off the ground. It's going to come to you in this Leo season, but you're not going to want to act on it now because it's coming in Mercury retrograde aspect. So you're going to want to use this stage to plan out all the details. Really use this yang energy person to hammer out everything, dot all the T's and I's, you know, get out that planner, get out that whiteboard and really go at it. And then once Mercury retro turns direct, you know, as it goes into its shade period, that's when you want to like revise everything, right? Revise all your plans, test them out and see, hey, is this going to work the way I think it is going to in this project? And then once September 11th happens and the retro is completely, shade is completely gone, then you can move forward with this, power forward, because I think it's going to be, yeah, I think it's going to be pretty amazing. Yeah. And for some of you, if this is not a project or an idea, it might be starting a family. Because this might represent a pair who has a great connection, and now they're going to give birth to a child, or adopt a child, or something of that nature. Let's see what the Oracle cards have. Fulfillment. Yeah, and look at this moon in here. This card actually came up in one of the full moon in Capricorn card readings. So you might want to go back to that reading too. I remember this distinctly, this card, because I saw the moon in it, and then there was like something that was coming to fruition. And I think it's this idea you want to germinate it during the full moon in Capricorn retro period, Leo season, but it's not going to come to full fruition after. And whatever it is will bring you a great deal of fulfillment and in your life's purpose. Space, time, and self. Trust in the places you feel guided towards. That has to do with this networking energy. You know, if I don't know which one you are in this partnership, but if you're this network person, trust in the universe to put you in places and situations that will help this idea come into fruition. Who can I serve today? This is a card. Yeah, I think this idea has to do with humanitarian effort of some kind. And in a world lacking soul-to-soul connection, small and simple acts are what create the biggest, most lasting impact. We shift our own pain and experience an avalanche of love when we lose ourselves in the service of others. Who needs you today? Listen to your heart, which is a very Leo thing. Who needs you? Make one soulful connection today and give solely to spread more love. Expect nothing in return. Notice the joy that you feel when you serve others. Yeah. You, pile number 2, have an amazing idea for helping out others who need it. It's definitely some kind of humanitarian idea, even if it's just as simple as, you know, volunteering in a soup kitchen. But I think it's something bigger than that. It's like maybe you have an idea on how to combat homelessness in your area, or, you know, maybe it's because of this rainbow. Maybe it's about unity, either LGBTQ and or racial unity, promoting that, some kind of group or foundation that you want to create. Ruby. This came up. Actually, this is the second time this card has came up. It came up in the Mercury retrograde reading, so you might also want to go back to that. I'm trying to remember which pile it was, and I think it might have been pile number 1 there too. And I think it was talking about somebody who was kind of feeling meh in their life, like they were feeling a little stagnant and they needed something to revitalize them. And maybe it's this idea. Maybe this is a thing to give you purpose, to give your life purpose. This awesome idea right here. To give your life purpose. Pile number 1. To unify. Yeah. Let's read this one. Space and time and self. Let's see. Space and time and self. Again, bear with me because this is a newer deck, so it's going to take me a little bit longer to find. Okay, this is page 85 to find the card pages. I trust and remember my soul's mission. Wow. Yeah. Infinity, reincarnation, evolution, the divine. This is also referencing, I'm getting strong past life vibes. Maybe something you did in a past life is something you're good at in this life. And now you're bringing all of the lessons, the expertise on a soul level, some things that you know how to do intuitively because you did them before in a past life. You're bringing them into this project. Because this card says higher self, intuition, quantum realm. You are a soul here to embark on a human journey. You chose this mission to experience, enjoy, overcome, and evolve into your highest and most authentic self. You are influenced by space, the atom, time, the hourglass, free will, the human, and spirit, the third eye butterfly. This is a transcendence of your soul and a healing for the collective consciousness. We are evolving alongside spirit in the universe. There is an overarching purpose, the rainbow, to what we do, who we are, and where we go. Deep down, we feel its call. and that we have been here before. We sense there is something else above and beyond all this. Wow, the rainbow, look at that. And then there's a rainbow in this card. The overarching purpose. Yeah. And even in this card, I don't know if you can see it, but it's like this person on this path, and there's this gateway to a door. I think that's like the door to your past lives in the quantum realm. I've referenced this before in another pile that was very spiritual. But you might want to look into Burt Goldman's quantum jumping, because you might be able to pull from that interdimensional space, that quantum space where spirit lives, in order to get more inspirations and ideas for this partnership that you have, that is going to be bringing a lot of benefit and fruition to this idea. Yeah, wow. Wow, pile number 2. That's amazing. Really, it's magical. So yes, keep doing what you're doing. Use the Mercury retrograde, full moon, and Capricorn energy to plan out how you want to do this over the next month or so. And then once we hit September 11th, you can, charge full speed ahead. Flush everything out and just start doing it. Start putting everything together so that this can become a real thing. Maybe you need to start social media pages. Maybe you need to build a website. Maybe you need to hammer out all those details, because this is happening. I don't know if it's a Facebook group or not, but this idea is going to be coalescing into something that can help people on a humanitarian level. Yeah. Wow. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Well, pile number 2, that is all that I have for you. I hope you enjoyed your reading and you have a wonderful day. And last but not least, we have pile number 3 with this lovely citrine, beautiful citrine crystal. And we have your tarot cards first. Oh, there's more tarot cards here, I think, that came out than the other 2 piles. Let's see what we have. 2 of discs. You're balancing out. And discs is, of course, 2 of pentacles. Means you're balancing. There's a lot of balance in juggling in what happens in this energy of Mercury retrograde and full moon in Capricorn Leo season. We're finding our equilibrium so that we can soar like these butterflies. But with this 2 of Pentacles, you're balancing either 2 jobs, or maybe you're balancing your job and your home life, or your job and relationship, or your job and your creative passions. Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, because you want to turn your creative passion into something that you can make money from, with this Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Discs, 8 of Cups. Let's see. You're leaving behind the things that don't work for you anymore so that you can achieve your dreams. Especially in this Mercury retrograde energy, 5 of Cups. There might be a touch of you needing to embrace a spirit of gratitude to bring these energies in, because pile number 3, you've had some hardships or some things that happened in your life, and you're bemoaning the things that happened badly in your life, but you need to leave those behind so that you can Turn your passion into this profitable thing. With the High Priestess, you need to search your soul for your higher purpose. To inspire you to leave this behind. There's going to be some soul searching that's going to happen with this High Priestess card. And with the Moon, let's put this down here. With the Moon, you're releasing, you're going deep, and you're going into your subconscious mind. And the High Priestess definitely has sway over the Moon and the subconscious and higher spiritual knowledge. I'm getting that this passion might be something similar to what me and a lot of people are trying to create. It might be a spiritual business. And you're using your pain, sort of like the wounded healer, in order to provide messages of hope for people. You've been through quite a bit, pile number 3. You have a lot of things that have happened, a lot of regrets, a lot of anguish, hardship, and sadness that happened in your life. And you can use that as lessons. You know, one of the highest spiritual goals is to take all the hardships in your life and all the terrible things that have happened, and to find ways to which you view them as part of your life's path and as part of what makes you who you are today. Sometimes you can even be grateful for hardships, because without them you wouldn't have learned certain lessons, right? Like, for instance, and then again, I'm careful about this because I don't want to encourage people to like rationalize abuse or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying here. I'm saying that sometimes things happen in our lives that are terrible, and we can alchemize that pain in order to become sort of not only compassionate to others who are in that pain, but also a roadmap to how they might release that pain from themselves. So our pain becomes alchemized into something that is worthwhile to have experienced, if that makes any sense. Again, this is not romanticizing or glorifying pain or hurt that happens on an emotional, traumatic level in any way, but saying that once this trauma has happened, we can become stronger for it, and we can use our painful lessons to help others. And I think that you might want to do something like that. Maybe you want to be a psychologist, maybe you want, but I'm getting strong spiritual business vibes, like you want to be a Reiki master, or learn chakra healing, or maybe do tarot or something of that, and you will make money at it. In order to do that, though, you're going to have to really define your purpose of why you're doing what you're doing, and reach into your subconscious and heighten your third eye with this Moon card here. Inner peace. That's the soul. Yeah. I wasn't always like this, you know. I had to create who I am. What was I just saying? Literally, this card. Oh my gosh. And just a little bit more on this card, which I hadn't mentioned a lot about, but I wanted to just like go into it a little bit deeper. So yeah, it's saying the witch, creatrix, lotus flower, hermit, free will, affirmation spell. I am a powerful creator and I alchemize who I am. Yes, pile number 3. You were using the energy of alchemy to alchemize who you literally are, the pain that you went through. to help other people to get through their pain. And it's saying, in a world full of princesses, she is the witch. This card is an omen that you have extra power to alter your fate at this time, to create something new for yourself in your life, to give yourself space from the world so you can do so, to go deeper and learn the ways of spirit. This is not a traditional hermit card, but it's similar. This is the witch or creatrix card that tells us we are meant for greater things. We now have the power of the witch, the magic that can happen when she creates instead of destroys. So yes, whoever is in pile number 3, you guys are the pile of my witchy, spiritual, crystal healers, chakra healers, and you are going to create an idea that helps other people. And a little bit different than another pile we did in this reading, where they're going to have like a humanitarian aid. You are going to literally help people heal like the soul level, pile number 3. And I just wanted to kind of go into that a little bit deeper. It says here, you have the power of the witch at this time. Write down the spells that you wish to cast upon your life and destiny. Light a candle and write 5 important intentions you would like to set for yourself, your life, the world, and or your loved ones. So yes, this might be actually something that you can do. You probably know how to do it, pile number 3 already. And it's a great spell for you to do right around the time of the full moon in Capricorn, because you're wanting to build and create something for yourself, and you're wanting to release whatever is not for you anymore, whatever the lingering things in that 5 of Cups, 8 of Cups energy that you want to release, so that you can fully come into who you are, and so that you can become that person that creates this spiritual business that you want to bring, or idea that you want to bring into fruition. You weren't always the way you are right now, which is you're growing into being a strong spiritual being who's grateful for everything they have and who's becoming a powerful manifester. But you weren't always like this. This was you at one time. You were living a life of despair, and now you are alchemizing that and you are turning it around. You created that because you're an extremely strong individual. And that's whole Leo, energy of self. This very confident person who knows who they are and who has been through hardships and doesn't have time. You have, pile number 3, you have very little patience for people that try you, or people that try to in some way manipulate you, step on you. Maybe you were in a narcissistic relationship. Maybe you suffered trauma and abuse as a child, and it's taken you a long time to heal from that. And now that you are at a place where you're leaving a lot of that behind, and you're alchemizing this so that you can use that pain, so that you can use that pain to help others. Yeah. And this card, what if it was easy? It's saying that this idea that you have, or wanting to do the spiritual business, you might be making it a lot harder than it is. Start somewhere small. If you want to do something like tarot, make an Instagram account and just do small things there, and then you can expand. If you want to do, maybe you've learned how to do Reiki and you want to set up a practice, maybe you start by looking at your local hospital and volunteering or doing something small to build your confidence. Or maybe you find a psychic institute or something nearby, and you ask them, what can I do? Are there any volunteer positions or things like that? Start really small, and before you know it, you'll be on your way, pile number 3. What if it was easy? It doesn't have to be hard. Call on the universe, the stars, the angels, and all their powers. Find the solution. Would you take the next step if it were easy? It's time to expect ease, call in grace, and receive guidance. You are supported. Your guides and Spirit want you to do this. Pile number 3. List 10 possible ideas for your soul's calling. Lean into the ease. It's here. You just have to say yes to it. Oh my gosh. So I feel like I should share a small bit of my story. Like, I've been wanting to do tarot for a while now and just didn't have the confidence. And one day I was out at a bar and found out that they had a monthly tarot and wine evening. And I went just chilling. And I gave 2 people their reading. The next time that I went, the lady that started the event was like, would you like to be a reader for it? And it's literally been starting that way. Like I said, this is a new channel for me, but I have been reading oracle cards and tarot for some years now, just friends and family. And it can start that small, and it doesn't have to be hard. What if it was easy? Pile number 3. What if you just kind of wrote down your goals and started one by one, small steps to achieve? Kyanite. This came up in another reading, and it came up in the Mercury retrograde reading. So maybe that you want to go back to the Mercury retrograde. I want to say it was pile number 3. Don't quote me on that. Let's look at kyanite again, because I think kyanite had to do with an amazing idea. And yeah, you have that. Let's see, kyanite. Oh, there we go. Intuitions, dreams, ideas. Pay attention to your intuition and to your dreams. Over the coming days, you're going to be guided towards deeper spiritual understanding and insight. Through this process, much of which occurs on the subconscious level or in your dream state, a rather ingenious idea will surface and will radically change your views on life, particularly your career. Look at that. Kyanite will help ground this idea as you discover ways of practically applying your idea in everyday life and work. However, do not try to force the process. The idea will surface when you least expect it. Simply relax and allow yourself to be open to new possibilities and insights. Know that they already exist with you in an abstract spiritual form. With this High Priestess and the Moon, which are cards of subconscious and your dreams and all of those energies like that. This is Spirit. Spirit's going to come to you in dreams. I feel like it's guides, angels, loved ones that have passed on, and ancestors. And with this Ace of Discs, this idea that you have, it'll create some financial abundance for you as well. Financial abundance doing the things that you enjoy and love. With this 2 of Discs, you're going to have to balance out the energy right now, probably with a day job of some kind, while you're making this dream turn into reality. And I think this inner peace, it'll bring you inner peace, and it's going to also bring other people inner peace. Other people who have suffered from some of the similar things that you have when you were in your dark night of your soul, pile number 3, when you were going through your hardships. And let's look at this inner peace card, because this idea is going to also heal you on a spiritual level even more deeply. Like, you're already letting and releasing this, but you have more work to do with this 5 of Cups energy. Releasing some of the sadness. And with 5 of Cups energy, you're looking at 1 or 2 cups that were sad that happened to you in the past, and not really realizing a lot of the blessings that you have in front of you. So there's a little bit more of a need to focus on gratitude and being thankful for what you have. With this inner peace, simply sitting next to a lily pond, watching the dragonfly soar overhead and looking at the luminous lily pads floating gently on the water while their translucent flowers open their petals to the heavens, can fill one with a sense of profound and everlasting peace. Lilies grow in many countries and have been given a wide range of meanings. However, one enduring image of the lily is the notion that out of the darkness and mud arises a thing of immense beauty and grace. No matter how much darkness there has been in your life, pile number 3, you can rise into enlightenment and profound tranquility. Oh, that's beautiful. Inner peace is your birthright. Tranquility occurs when you realize your life is unfolding according to divine planning. Serenity isn't something you have to work for or search for. It already exists within you. Pile number 3, because it's easy if you listen to Spirit, right? If you follow your calling. To find this inner peace, simplify your life, spend time in nature, and listen to the message of your soul. True peace transcends fear and connects you intimately to the Creator. Breathe deeply and fully, knowing that all is well. Yes, you went through this time of reckoning. You're leaving it behind with this 8 of Cups energy. You're leaving this all behind. All that behind. And look at this crab. You're leaving it behind. You left a lot of it behind in Cancer season. Yeah. And as we're going into Leo season, and with this moon up here, this full moon in Capricorn, you're going to release more of it. So maybe you need to go back to the full moon in Capricorn reading as well as the Mercury retrograde reading. Some of you do. And this Leo season is happening Mercury retrograde. Yeah, you're on your way, pile number 3. Just keep doing what you're doing. This spiritual business, or it feels like a spiritual business, to be honest. This idea that you have, it's ready to be enacted. You might have to go through a little bit of juggling your day job and this as a passion to get to it, to get to this Ace of Discs, to get it off the ground and start moving it towards the 10 of Discs, the 10 of Pentacles, into a profitable thing. But you're in the beginning stages right now. But you are on your way, pile number 3, and I feel like it's going to be very successful, especially if you let yourself be guided by Spirit, your third eye, your intuition, and you pay attention to any dreams that Spirit has. If you have a dream journal and you have anything that pops in your mind after those dreams, definitely journal it, write it down, and keep it, because those ideas will serve you, pile number 3. Well, I hope you have enjoyed your reading. As always, please like and subscribe. I'm building my channel, and I hope you enjoyed the readings that you have that I have already given thus far. And I look forward to giving many more readings for you. And yes, pile number 3, you have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.